My mic was muted at the time, so I'm going to just provide the commentary here. Okay, so for the first time, I was finally able to submit a game for Gasilo. I lucked out and miraculously secured the #1 spot in the queue, but there was the previous cutoff where he didn't get to all of the games, so he was going through those games first. I genuinely had a concern that I might not get my game reviewed, because I genuinely thought my position in the queue was skipped, because the guy before my submission played the Caro-Kann, and the guy after me was also playing the Caro-Kann. I generally thought my position in the queue was skipped, but luckily,
not stupid looking. It's Latvian Gambit.
As soon as I saw this, I was really giddy and everything, because there is no other person on this planet that would ever play this opening this often other than me. This is my signature opening. I knew this was my game. Well, as soon as I saw that.
I straight up thought that this was I straight up thought that black was rated 300.
I may have spilled the beans on my current rating on chesscom. My current rating on chesscom is at the time was around 300, and then since then it went up a little bit. I'm now at 340 something, but you're going to I'm going to reveal what the real problem is with the chesscom rating system, so you will get the whole picture, but you'll realize that I don't normally play online chess. I normally play over the board, and you're going to see that my skills are much sharper than that of a typical 300. And you'll also notice that I've actually won a couple of over the board games with the Latvian Gambit, and I haven't necessarily been a 1200 with the Latvian Gambit per se, but I have been several 1200s over the board. I've beaten a 1500 over the board. I've even gone as far as play the King's Indian attack and beat a non-provisional 1500 on Lichess. So to people who keep claiming that I actually suck at chess, no, I've beat even my over the board current rating of 900. Yeah, what was it? 974. It doesn't paint any pictures at all. Everybody knows I'm much stronger than what even my over the board rating suggests, and you'll see this problem unfold big time here.
Dude, you're so schizo. That part. No, all good. Okay. Latvian Gambit. Okay, now it can be a Vienna Gambit. Reverse. It can be a reverse Vienna Gambit.
I knew this was the Murkowski variation. I knew exactly what I was supposed to be doing. I'm just supposed to take and then just harass the knights.
Okay. Well, now black is just better. Yeah, you probably should have.
And then I end up pushing the wrong pawn. Since then, I fixed it in the repertoire, but at the time, I didn't know that. Normally, the knight goes to, what was it? Yeah, G3 instead, and then I would push the E pawn. But this was I don't run into this variation of the Latvian Gambit very often, so I kind of slipped up here.
No, that's the wrong move. No, you have to attack that knight. No. Yo, how can you guys play such a sharp opening and just not understand what to do at all?
not understand what to do at all is a bit of an over-exaggeration. I kind of knew what I was doing even back then, and I definitely know what I'm doing in the Laughing Gambit now because it's definitely my signature opening at this point.
You just like, so this is, you know, the brainlet meme with like the drawing of the guy with the brain and like the propeller on it that just spins and he sits there drooling like that. Guys, the Latvian Gambit is supposed to take over the center and move the knight to defend both pawns. And
Move the knight to defend both pawns. I'm not sure about that one. I'm pretty sure the plan is to just get your pieces out into the game and castle queenside early.
Insane. Now
I did think about taking here, but I genuinely wanted to preserve my pieces as much as possible because I knew I had an attack brewing, so I wanted to bring all of my pieces like into the final attack.
you are just demolished on the light squares. Please don't take. Oh, bishop f5. Fantastic. Okay, good. Oh, this is your game. I have it fixed in my repertoire now. Oh, goodness. Okay, but d3 is horrible. Horrible. You gotta go with the knight and get the light squared bishop out. At a minimum, you gotta get the bishop out like this. Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of doomed at this point. It was either I move the knight here, which leads to this, or I move the knight here, which, I mean, I probably could have just moved my knight, moved the queen here, probably. That might have done it, but no. Would that? Yeah, that would have been fine because it's not in the knight's range. Knights are really tricky, even when I've like beaten like so many strong players over the board, like I still struggle with figuring out how the knights move.
Long count. Oh man.
I mean, at this point, I just block.
Pawn.
Yeah, I just block.
Hangs knight. Sick.
I got really lucky there. I hesitated for a little moment because I hesitated for a little moment, but like I wasn't sure if the pawn would take if I went there. And like I thought about it for a brief moment. I was like, it should be the safe square for the queen. Maybe. So I played it with like strong hesitance.
Love that. Okay, now I know you're gonna try to castle queenside. I can tell that you are so hell-bent on castling queenside, there could be an apocalypse, and you will get the queenside castle going.
He retreated the queen, but I genuinely didn't think he could take here. In hindsight, I should have just given this check to get the queen out of there.
And I was right. Okay.
Yes, I did castle queenside. Like, he said I was hell-bent on castling queenside. Yes, that is true. I really was hell-bent on castling queenside because in Latvian Gambit, castling kingside is almost impossible. And like, I genuinely wanted to castle queenside in this case because like, in most gambits for black, that's like what you're mainly supposed to do. You're supposed to castle queenside.
You have castled queenside. Before you castle queenside here, since you're winning, I would just trade everything.
I wouldn't do that. Like, I knew for a fact that I had an attack brewing. He even said it in one of his like videos on one of his courses. Like, if you're trying to attack, you want to preserve your pieces, and I kept that in mind. So I wanted to preserve my pieces and get them into attacking position and then finally get the checkmate attack as soon as possible. I really wanted to get my rooks into the game. I really wanted to get this knight off the board. And I really wanted to get the rooks into the game as well.
And since I know... Okay, look. I will soul read your rating in this game off of one move. This is the position, and I can tell by long castling... You are like 780.
You take what you can get here. Like my over the board strength is 974, but you really gotta be honest. Like my chesscom rating is like only around like the 300 range, so it's like the fact that he thought it was like the fact that he thought I was like 700. It's like it's a little flattering, but I wish that were the case. Honestly.
Because in this position, you should be taking stuff. You are winning, you need to take pieces. You cannot just castle and ignore everything. You gotta snap these pieces off the board. I'm just sole reading off one move. Now the rest of the information is gonna happen. No, there's no chance Black is a 4-digit rated player. No, there's not a chance. Not a chance.
And then he takes... and then he takes... Notice that the two dark square bishops are seeing each other. I knew for a fact that if I just give this check, I would win that bishop for free. But what I didn't realize was that it was actually the brilliant move that nobody else would see. I got really lucky that I saw it. Like, I genuinely thought, oh, if I just give this check, I might win the bishop for free. I genuinely thought nothing else of it. And I got really lucky that it did turn out to be the brilliant move that won me the game.
Chance, because now what? Damn, you actually found that. Okay, I might have to eat my words. Did you find rook d4?
At this point, I was just looking for a safe square for my rook. So I just went there. I didn't know that was the... I didn't even know that was the best move. I genuinely had no idea.
You just take on e4.
And I just do this just to like get the rook out of dodge. And he goes here, I don't know, and he just moves the rook here, I don't know why. I try to get the knight into the game, and then I move the rook here to have the knight guard both rooks, because I'm like that desperate to preserve my pieces so that I can actually get the attack going. And then I find this nasty fork. I just saw something about this diagonal, like I might be able to make use of this. So I'm like, yeah, I won the rook for free.
Okay, did you win without any memes?
And then I'm just trying to form this pawn chain. I genuinely thought I would be able to win the other rook.
This is always... What? Okay.
And then he mouse slipped, and I won the other rook, and then he just resigned immediately.
Okay, I guess that was a mouse slip. Rook c4. Alright. Latvian Gambit, I'm not gonna lie to you, you should probably stop playing this. Like...
Why should I stop playing this? This is my main repertoire.
A much better and safer Gambit is d5.
Yes, I do know of the Elephant Gambit, but like, the Latvian Gambit is still considered book, while the Elephant Gambit is considered a mistake by the engine. And also, like, there's just more theory-related information on the Latvian Gambit versus the Elephant Gambit. Like, the Elephant Gambit is just much more difficult to learn, and there's just much more theory going on, and I just didn't like that. So that's all the more reason why I just stuck to the Latvian Gambit. And I know more about the Latvian Gambit than I did back then, at the time of that game. And like, come on, nobody else plays the Latvian Gambit. This is my signature opening. Like, I'm obviously going to like play it religiously.
Because you don't weaken your king. But if you insist, and this is a game from the past when you were worse at the Latvian Gambit is too dangerous. You gotta move your f-pawn with white. Do you play the Vienna at least? If you play the Latvian Gambit, then I hope you play the Vienna, because they...
Yeah, I'm going to address this later on in the video, but like, what I didn't like about the Vienna is like, when I dislike an opening when playing as black, I also avoid that same opening as playing as white out of principle. So this is why you'll clearly see me avoid playing a d4 opening just out of principle, because I hate d4s when playing as black so dang much that I'm just going to avoid playing d4 out of principle. And you're going to notice the same thing with e4. I'm not really that much of a fan of e4 for other reasons, because it leads to a lot of like complications in the opening, because like you have to memorize like so many different defenses that your opponent might play, and I just don't like that. Like, the problem with the Vienna, especially if you're playing as black, like the only good choice against the Vienna is to just play into the main line of the Vienna Gambit, and I just hate that so dang much. Like, another thing too, like theoretically, if you really want to talk theory, like, Italian game is much more theoretically correct. So if I absolutely had to play an e4 opening, I would have played the Italian. At least I've played the Italian once, and that was in a classical. But other than that, I wouldn't touch e4 or d4 with a 10-foot pole. There's a reason why I stick to knight to f3. And like, yeah, as white, I normally just play the King's Indian attack.
They mirror each other. Knight c3 f4. You gotta play Vienna and Latvian. If you're only playing Latvian, you're crazy.
Yes, call me crazy all you want. I will address this later on in the video.
Now, yeah, everything in this game was basically stumbled into. Like here, dude, here, just take the queen.
Again, I probably should have just checked here. I probably should have just given a check here instead.
Just take the queen. It's a simple trade. And then you...
I would never trade queens. The trading queens is like the worst case scenario, especially when you're attacking.
play knight c6. I don't like this kind of like... But then you spotted knight d3. Yeah, I'm not amending my guess. I think this is a 700 elo game. I actually just straight up think it's a 7. Let's
Wait for the big surprise.
And I can get it off with one move. Let's see. I'm gonna be really mad if it's like 1200. Like I don't have this in me anymore. I actually think white played worse than black. Again, I think you played actually quite well.
He's like stunned. At this point, I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm spamming like I'm sorry in chat. I love his chat. I'm spamming like I'm sorry. And like this is a problem that really needs to be addressed. Like, everybody thinks like, oh, if you're below 500, everybody's pooping their pants. Well, trousers. Well, trousers is the proper word. Everybody's just pooping their trousers at that lower rating. That is not true at all. That is not true at all. Like, I've lived through it, so I know this. Like, I've talked about it with several other club goers, so I know this. Like, most of us down here at the below 500 range are actually 1,000 to 1,800 strength. And because we're all 1,000 to 1,800 strength, we're all like, and that is the new norm at that lower level. And because that is the new norm at that lower level, you have to be that much more exceptional at the game, because like everybody knows theory, even at that low of a range. Like, everybody knows theory even at that low of a range. So it's like we're all like desperately trying to climb up, but everybody's that strong at the game. So there's no way to actually get like break free from the elo hell unless you're like a master level player. I am not joking when I say this. That is what is exactly going on. Like, it's just stupid. Like, chesscom really needs to address this issue. Like, every single influencer thinks that every single person like down there below 500 is really that bad at the game. That is just not true at all. And now that the blindfolds are on, you can clearly see that this is the case. Like, you can clearly see that the opponent was actually playing at a reasonable strength, and I really knew what I was doing, and I still had a very tough game that I narrowly edged out.
How is that possible? What? I don't believe you. I don't. I feel. Do you guys know each other?
Nope.
What? How is this possible? Oops, that's today's video. How is that possible? 185 versus 223? You're much stronger OTB, you're 974? Bro, what are you talking about? Neither one of you are the ratings on the screen. There's no... That's not... That wasn't real. That wasn't...
Yes, it was. That was very real.
The game review thinks you are 900s.
Yeah, that looks just about right, because, like, again, 974.
And I literally said 780. Unreal. Your OTB... Yeah, I know what you wrote. I know what you wrote, but you're too... What is this? Nah, bro. Nah, this is...
I wasn't even sandbagging either. This elo hell is very real, and like, yes, everybody is at that 1000 to 1800 strength, despite the numbers telling you otherwise. Despite what the numbers tell you, we're all 1000 to 1800 strength. The chesscom like ratings are like some of the least accurate rating systems ever.
This is fake. I don't know what this is.
No, it's not fake at all.
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna do something else real quick. Hold on. I'm not done with this game. I'm not done with this game. I'm gonna load this game, just the moves with no elos, into game review and see what it says. It's not gonna know who played the game, so it can't judge it off of anything. And I'm gonna game review it. Isn't it, bro? Yo. Yo, you are not gonna believe this. Yo. Yo. Yo, I just put this game straight up into game review. No context. Chess.com has no context on this game. It doesn't know who played it. Boys and girls, this is the game. This is the game. It thinks that the players are rated. Where's the review? Where's the review? It thinks 1600 versus 2300.
What did I tell you? Like, yeah, we really are that strong players. We really are like that strong of a pair of players. Like, yeah, we're really that strong at the game. And we're still stuck at like 200, 300. Like, this really has to end. Come on.
1600 versus 2300, bro. 1600 versus 2300.
I was like really shocked when I saw that too.
What are we even talking about? That was a what? 100, bro. 1600 versus 2300.
He got so shocked that he even spoke Russian. Imagine that, bro. And like, again, we've addressed the elephant in the room at this point. Once the blindfolds are on, you can clearly see what the problem is. These so-called lower rated players, below 500, they're not pooping themselves. They really are that strong, 1000 to 1800 range. And we're all trying to like get at each other's throats. And that's the new norm. So we're all stuck here because we're all playing out of our minds. And this is what happens. And like, okay, Levy, I know you will be watching this video. So here's my challenge unto you. You raise this issue to chesscom and work on that Latvian Gambit course because nobody else knows this, but like, guess who's the one that even asked for the Latvian Gambit course? Yeah, it was me. Like, I'm really that desperate for that Latvian Gambit course. Like, even if this issue doesn't get addressed on chesscom, like, please, like, please address it. Please raise the issue to chesscom, but like, at least begin working on the Latvian Gambit course. You do that, I will go back and relearn the Vienna. I'm not kidding. I will go back and relearn the Vienna. I'll do you one better. There's a reason why I held off on the Caro-Kann course, because like it has a reputation for being like very positional and solid, and that's just not my style. And like, I had to do a little bit of research as to whether your Caro-Kann course is actually like attacking or not. Like you get those two issues solved, I will go back, relearn the Vienna. I will also have my attempt on the Caro-Kann course. I will also attempt the Caro-Kann course. I'll even attempt the London system course if I have to. Like, please, let's begin to make progress again for once. Please.